Sadly, my plein air road trip is over, but this is what I ended up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paintings. In my last video, I wrapped up a 4-day plein air painting road trip to Savannah, Georgia. 2 weeks later, I moved to Tokyo, Japan. It is the land of trains, and more trains. In fact, I ride a train every day now, and my life looks totally different. I'm here as a long-term Christian missionary to share my faith. While I'm here doing my mission work, I'm still a painter, so I'll be out on the streets, plein air painting from time to time, hopefully connecting with the community. So I have just moved to Tokyo as a long-term missionary, and I will be living here for the foreseeable future. I got 2 problems. First one is I don't have any paints. So I have to go visit a Japan art store for the first time. And second, I need to scout a place to paint because here in Tokyo, I always feel like I'm in somebody's way everywhere I go. So it's going to be challenging to find a good location to paint at, but I'm on the lookout. So this will be my first time in a Japanese art supply store. So I'm gonna hop on a train and head that way. But first things first, I'm gonna get some lunch. I visited Sakaido Art Supply Store. It was right in downtown Tokyo. Shinjuku was the area. It had everything I needed and more. So it'll probably be my regular art supply store because it was amazing. There was something like 12 different floors, and each floor was a different type of art. So they had like oil painting and acrylic paints on one floor. They had stationery on another floor. They had all these different kinds of floors for art. And on my way home, I sometimes walk through the park. There's always somebody playing baseball in the park. It's kind of fun to just stop and watch for a couple minutes. Get off the table. You're not supposed to be on the table. I got a couple canvases. It wasn't too expensive. I can fit this in my backpack. Handheld palette here. And then all your basic colors here. Bristle hog hair brushes. Do you mind? Some brush cleaner, little container, some medium paint medium. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go. It's taken me a couple months to really get comfortable here and get everything set up. I finally feel like I can breathe a little bit and maybe do something that I enjoy again. Yes, sir. Can I help you? So it's early on a Saturday morning and I'm headed to the park to do some painting. There's a little lake over there that is really pretty, especially in the morning, that I've noticed. So I'm gonna see if I can catch the sun hitting the treetops. I have to admit, when I first started painting, I was a little bit out of my element. First of all, it was a little bit intimidating because even though it looks like it's a secluded place, it's actually a very popular park. There was a path behind me, so everybody that was walking by was checking out what I was doing and looking at the painting. And admittedly, it was not going so great. I was working with new paints I'd never used before. I was painting on a canvas, which I had been painting on board for a little while, and so it felt a little bit different. I was using new brushes. Back in the States, I was using mostly synthetics, and these were hog hair bristles. So the feel was very different. The paints were slightly different. The colors were different. And also, I hadn't painted for 2 months, and so I was feeling very rusty and had an audience.
ねえ、見さしてごめんなさい。
Oh,
邪
no,
魔
no,
してすみま
yeah.
せん。
すいません。
Heta, heta,
いやい
heta.
や上手、素敵です。
先週よりもまた色がいっぱい出てる。
やっぱり朝の光の方が綺麗ですか？
うんそう。
ああ、
絶対そうよね。
綺麗で、ああ、綺麗ない。綺麗な
そ
い。
うですか、綺麗。あ、綺麗すぎ、素敵素敵。
昨日来たのかしら、自分も絵のあれに入ってるのみんな来たのかしらなんて言ってる。
Eventually, I will get to some Japanese structures, but right now, the fall foliage is so beautiful, and it's not going to be here much longer. I'm going to take advantage of it while I can. Kind of a limited palette. Probably just going to use these 3 brushes. Before I started plein air painting, there was a time when I would only paint from photos, and I would spend many hours on a painting just trying to perfect it and make it look just like the photograph. Plein air painting has helped me break free from that mindset. And so when I'm out here, I'm usually painting for maybe an hour or an hour and a half at most. And I've just decided that I enjoy painting a lot more like this. I don't want to spend all those hours and labor over a painting. I want to enjoy the process. And that's part of being out there in the scene that you're painting. Plein air painting is just much more enjoyable. On top of that, I feel like the weight of trying to make the perfect painting is just gone. Every painting, it is what it is. And when it's finished, it's just done. I don't go back and rework them. I don't touch them up. After I'm done almost every painting, I see something that I wish I would have done differently, or something that I could touch up. And I resist that urge. I've decided that I would rather spend my time working on a new painting than touching up old paintings. And so as I go and I plein air paint more and more, eventually I'll get to a point where I can paint in an hour session or a 2-hour session and be somewhat satisfied with the outcome, and hopefully minimize the mistakes that I'm making as I'm painting in the moment. on it, but I may do one more fall painting before I move on to something else. It really is beautiful right now. I'd like to paint some real Japanese looking structures, and I was thinking, where can I set up on a street where I'm out of people's way? And I think what I'm gonna do is go to the nearby train station at night when the lights are on, the neons turn on. It's pretty cool looking at night. I might paint a ramen shop or something that's lit up. I've never done a nocturne painting before, but I think this would be a good opportunity to learn. After about 8 p.m., the streets are less busy anyway, so I'll kind of be out of the way. So I think I'll get a headlamp so I can see what I'm doing at night. Maybe give that a try. See you in the next one.